All right, welcome to another adventure in old code. If you're scratching your head thinking, does he wear the same clothes every day? Don't worry, I changed my clothes. This is indeed the third episode I am filming in rapid succession because I don't know how much time I'm going to have over the next few days, and a bunch of people are over watching a movie in my living room that I don't want to watch, so I have some time. Let's see what we're doing today. We're going to do another dumb program. Battle. Oh. The reason I hesitate is look at the size of that. That's 17.4 kilobytes. And, I think we're going to come back to that. That doesn't... I have to do some investigation for that one. So we're going to pass over that and we're going to go to D. That would probably take us forever. I have to look into that and see what that's all about. Okay, D. Let's do D. I have no idea what D is. D. Awesome. Okay, here we go. That's just a whole lot of stuff. Oh my. So, I don't know if you can tell this, but there's a dot that's blinking around the screen and it's white. And of course I'm getting the DOS-Box thing. Did I? Oh, now it's going faster. Oy, oy, oy. Is there a way to exit this? Obviously not. Okay, let's go back into it and see what's going on. There must be... See, I'm just looping this. I'm going to say loop until... Whoops. In key string is not... no, loop until in key string is equal to chr string of 27, my escape button. Okay, yeah, I don't know what this is supposed to do, but I should be able to hit escape and get out of it. So once again, I apologize for the sidebar things. I'm going to try and fix that at some point. And that dot is a little plus sign, so I'm not sure what kind of interactivity there is, but let's see what this is supposed to do. This does not look very exciting at all. Screen 12, again 64480. Okay, X and Y is a random coordinate on the screen. XFAC and YFAC is 1. So, first thing I do, now you could put these colons in between statements to keep things all on one line. But when the one line gets too long and goes off screen, it's time to stop using the colons. Anyway, so put the P... Oh, I see what I did though. So P set, remember, that just sets the pixel right at XY. And also turn on the pixel that's one to the right of the point, one to the left of the point, one above the point. This is at Y plus 1, or that's the below one. And then Y minus 1 is the one above. So I guess that's why, yeah, that's why I put it all on one line, because this entire line drew the little tiny plus sign, which is probably so small you can't even see that it's a little tiny plus sign. Okay, if x is less than 634 and x is greater than 5, okay, PM equals a random number between 1 and 2. If PM equals 1, then XFAC is subtract 1 from XFAC. Otherwise, add 1 to XFAC. So randomly, XFAC is going to change by 1 or 2. If the x-coordinate of your point is within this 5 to 634 range, it would have been much, much easier if I said greater than 5 here and less than 634 here. Whoops. It's the same thing, it's just flipped around so we can see it's from 5 to 634 rather than the other way. Is kind of weird, but whatever. If you're within that range, then do this. Randomly change xfac. If you're not in that range, then subtract xfac. Or make it negative, okay? And again with the y, if it's within this range of, well, see, I did it here, 5 to 474. Randomly add or subtract 1 to yfac. And negate yfac if you are close to an edge. And then you add xfac to x and yfac to y, wait for a bit, clear the screen, and then redraw everything. Now these are p-sets without color, right? Normally you'd put a color after a p-set, but I think, well, I don't think, I know I'm running this program and I can see it. If you don't specify a color, it probably just uses the default color 7. Let's see. If color is omitted, the current foreground color is used. Okay. So the foreground color is color, what did I set it at? I didn't set it at something. It defaults to color 7. There you go. So what this is it's a random dot that moves around the screen randomly, like Albert the Fly, if you remember. But this time we're not randomly going up or down by 1. We're going up and down by a value that randomly goes up and down. So what we're doing is we are actually, whereas before we were specifying a random direction, now we are specifying a random velocity. And if we went one step further, we'd be specifying a random acceleration. I didn't think of all this at the time. I just thought this was cool. So we're randomly changing the velocity of this little plus sign, and then we're waiting for a very minuscule amount of time. Let's increase that by 10. See if we can see this. So there we go. It's actually going better now. You can see that it, oh. It sort of speeds up and has a life of its own on the early stages. As you go up, remember, you're always adding or subtracting from the number that you're adding and subtracting to. So this creates a wonky pattern. That's kind of cool though. That's pretty neat. Press escape. What if I were to do maybe 200? You can kind of see. Oh gosh, that's really annoying, those sidebars. It only happens in screen 12. I wonder, let's try screen 9. That has similar resolution. Does it? No, it's the same thing. Still get those bars. Oh well. Okay, well that's interesting. What if I don't clear the screen every time? So I'm going to comment that line out. You've seen me do this all the time. Any line that starts with an apostrophe in QBasic gets ignored by the interpreter. There's also a keyword you can do. REM stands for remark, but nobody did that, since you're also allowed to just put an apostrophe. So let's not clear the screen. And see what it looks like. Whoa, he's going fast. So actually by not clear, oh, now you can't really even tell. I wonder how long it would take to fill up the screen. I wanted to just back to 500. So his movement just gets out of control. I think what happens is, while both x and y values vary, between very small numbers and very large numbers, most of the time one of them is going to be a lot larger than the other. And that's probabilities there. It's just statistical. And so with one much larger than the other, then you get these flipping all over the place. I think it looks best, and I think what I really wanted to do, oh, did I not take it out of screen 9? I think what I really wanted it to be was right at the beginning. You can see it's much more an organic feel to the, I think I was trying to recreate Albert the Fly. Hey, look it, I don't have the bars anymore. Gosh, I wish I knew what I did. Anyway, that is, what is this even called? D. Whatever, eh? Like, why D? Anyway, okay, that was D. Not much else I can say about that. There is nothing new to this program. No new commands anyway, but I was experimenting with velocity instead of position, so that's cool. And I probably would have been taking velocity in physics at the time, so I don't know. Maybe I did have this in the back of my mind. Anyway, enough of that, enough musing. This has been Adventures in Old Code. Thank you for joining me. Whoops, what did I do? Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time for more Adventures in Old Code.